Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as ancestral lineage readings. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career, and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon. If you'd rather join my Patreon instead, you can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out, why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? So, as I'm tapping into the energy, I am channeling an unprotected man, right? An unprotected man. And further to confirm that, I have the Nine of Wands energy to the Hierophant reverse. I'm channeling an energy of an unprotected man. Like, this man is unprotected in his mind, his heart, his spirit, and body. All his chakras are discombobulated. Like, this man lacks alignment and balance in who he is, right? Alignment and balance in who he is. He lacks that. So what I'm channeling from this man is they suffer from an illness, right? And this man is ill mentally, he's ill emotionally, he's ill spiritually, and he's ill physically. So, he has some form of sexually transmitted disease. Mentally, he also has a mental health condition. Emotionally, he's unstable. Hence, I said ill emotionally. You can't have a conversation with a man like this without it leading to a tragic ending, where the words being spoken or actions being taken. And spiritually as well, this man is of darkness, right? Their spirit is in the dark night of the soul energy. So this is a man that has never healed from anything and anyone that has hurt him. He's carried pain all throughout his life, his entire existence. He's never healed. So you can imagine what kind of a person they are. Yeah, we have the Devil here to the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. You can just imagine, Yeah. So this is definitely a man who, when they are alone, you're all they think about, right? And that's not a good thing because of who this man is. This man sees you as the woman of his dreams, and that's not a good thing because of who this man is. We have the Empress to the Ace of Swords. This man sees you as his entire world, and like I said, it's not a good thing. He wants you bound to him emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. It's not a good thing. Okay, this is definitely a man from the devil energy. This is not a man that God has sent your way. This message is to warn you and alert you at the same time. You need to be aware of who this is. Okay, they're going to approach you with a very dominant energy of trying to pursue you, almost to the point of it convincing you that this is someone who you are meant to be with because of how they're going to go about it. It's almost going to be like they're going to push you towards choosing them, like forcibly giving you no choice and no room for or space for making your own decision about it. Like this man's gonna bombard you, love bomb you, a lot of gaslighting. All this man is trying to do is to um, bind themselves to you, right? They want you bound. So obviously, this is just step one. Getting you and pursuing you is the first step, and then everything else comes after. This is their MO, this is their motive behind this whole facade and illusion they portray to you. They're planning to eventually just drop you. You have the Five of Pentacles, leave you broken, bruised, having to, pick up pieces of yourself, having to start over with your healing journey, start over with your mental health, emotional stability, spiritual strength, physical alignment. They want to throw you off completely and make you start over in your journey of life, your walk of life, your path of life. They want to take you to the beginning of your unhealed self, your unhealed version, your unhealed nature, your unhealed identity, unhealed mind, spirit, body, as well as heart. But from that, I am channeling that this man is only doing this because he feels like that's the only way he can have you if you are where he is. So he wants you where he is. He's the one that's miserable in himself. He's the one that's sad. He's the one that's depressed. He's the one that's, carrying all this dark energy and he's projecting it onto you, wanting you to meet him where he's at because he feels that's the only way he can fully ever have you and possess you the way he wants. We have the Knight of Wands. Everyone has been with this man. This man has slept around. They've never been celibate ever. Like there's never, a day that this man has not engaged in sexual activities, whether with himself alone or with others or another, right? This man is prone to things like orgies and threesomes, one night stands, prostitutes. They're all up in that energy. Hence, they are the way they are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. They've also they haven't healed from any trauma, any pain. So, that's on top of their way of living. Just it's a fusion of insanity because it creates a sick man, an insane man is what I just heard. In the beginning of it all, this man was willing to pursue you in however way he needs to. With the Chariot, if it means, doing this, saying this, acting like this, like he was willing to, participate in whatever was necessary to get him his end goal, which was you, right? And not just you like dating and we getting to know, like no, like this man wanted to right then and there just own you. Like that's what they want. They want immediate ownership of you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, you know? Um, yeah. This man, not a day goes by without them spreading their energy thin to other people, even in the energy that they're already in. They see you the way they see you, they have this desire, this pursuit, because this man is really screwed up within himself. He just can't help but continue being a screw up, right? That's what I'm seeing here. So this man, hence he's ill, like it's incurable. This man has a infested wand, right? Slash stick. Okay, he's not cleansed. He's not well, and he has all these attachments to him, right? That he's carrying. But the filth that exists in this man's world is unspeakable because even with what he carries around, the people who he engages with sexually, um, they also have the same, health status where they're also sick, like whether it's UTI based, or STD, HIV, AIDS, herpes. Like this person, they never ask. Like when they sleep with someone, it's never like, oh, they know each other, they have prior relations, or they dating. There's no connection, chemistry, bond that needs to be had or history. This person just opens themselves up to any energy and they just enter any body, right? And they've lived like that for years of their life, like decades or 8 decades. Take it out applies for who you know this to be, but in comparison to age, it varies for all the collectives, but it's the same. It's the same energy of a man. This is definitely someone who you need to get as far away from them as possible. Fight till your last breath. You know, stay on guard, protect yourself, right? We have the Three of Pentacles reversed to the Hierophant, because this man is definitely working towards destroying your life if you don't accept him, if you keep rejecting him. He does not care that he's sick. He does not care that he is who he is. He wants you to join him in his hell. He wants to take you and get lost with you in his this man is mad, okay? Like he's out of his mind, he's insane. He wants to take you with him in his hell. He wants you also to be sick with him. Like let's both have this sickness so that we bound to one another. Let's both be ill so that we bound to one another for a lifetime. Because with the Hierophant here, that's lifetime energy. That's like longevity. That's forever. That's, solidification of a foundation in a specific way. Like this man wants to solidify that foundation of sickness in you so that you also have no choice but to be with him, because no one else is going to want you, right? That was his plan all along. He wanted to get you sick so that you belong only to him and he takes you away. And it's this toxic love, I guess, if you can even consider it to be that. But this man, him being, completely discombobulated in who he is, this is not surprising. Like it shouldn't surprise you because of, this man is truly dark. Um, Truly ill, truly unwell. And it's an energy that is very active out there. So many men are like this. Hence, we all can relate to the same message. You can watch a message and someone else can, and they can tie it to their story because there's an energy, a spirit, an entity, a deity, an idol. It's very active in everyone, right? And it's different energies of these things that are possessing people out here, having people do the things they do, say what they say, act how they say, act how they do. But it's not, because they have no control over themselves, but it's because they've surrendered themselves to a certain level of darkness of their own reality and world and life, whether that be evil, wicked, they just surrendered themselves to that. And that's where it has led them, including this man. Like he's given himself over to the sickness. He feels like he has nothing more to lose in life. Feels like he's done it all anyway, or he's lived the way he's wanted to live anyway. So he's done his thing, but he wants to stop you from doing your thing in life and being who you want to be. Because he's a selfish bastard that wants to have his way with another human being as if you are his slave, right? So he wants you to turn away from your life, turn away from your morals, your values, your ethics, your traditions, turn away from who you know yourself to be, and just lose yourself in him. Like I said, this man is completely unwell, ill, okay, sick. This is the energy. This is the energy. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups to the Three of Cups. Like, there is a shift happening, right, in this man's reality, in their world, in their life, where they seeing things that used to fulfill them not fulfill them any longer. Like the same thing they lived for has no value, like it's lost its value. Like this man no longer values who he used to be. Therefore, he feels like he never lived. Yes, there's that contradiction where he feels like, oh, I did it all, but that's out of ego. The truth is, this man feels like he never lived because when he reflects on his life choices and his approach to life, he feels like it was all a big mistake because of the darkness he has fallen into and allowed himself to surrender himself to the darkness. So he feels like it has taken him to a rabbit hole that he can't get out of, a maze he can't crack or find a way out of. And yeah, confirmation. My nose is like really itchy. So this man's biggest secret in all of this, in all he's doing, is he feels like, it's kind of like on top of everything else, it's kind of like he feels like, what else can he do? If not like pursue you. He looks at you as some form of cure to his big mistake life. That's how he perceives it. It's not even me saying it. It's his own energy. He speaks of that into his own life. Like he's a pessimist. Like he speaks things like that. This is a man who anticipates darkness before it even shows itself. Like in any good situation, he'll already await bad news or bad energy, or in anything in his life. He waits for the darkness. He waits on the evil. He can't experience the good without anticipating the bad. It's that kind of thing where that's just who he is. The life he's lived has made him this way. And that's his choice and decision. Hence, he feels like it's all a big mistake on his end. So he wants to start over with you, but the way he's going about it is a truly satanic Luciferian type of energy, because this is not normal here. We have the Ace of Cups to the Knight of Pentacles. Like this is someone who's planning to pursue you for as long as he lives. It's like, you can reject me all you want, but I'll pursue you forever, Yeah. Like this man is, I'm channeling something crazy. Like I'm channeling a situation where like this man wants to put his bodily fluids in something you eat so that you ingest it, and it also poisons your sacral chakra and you become sick like him. You also have some form of sexual disease. Like this man wants you sick, like exactly like him, so that he doesn't have to, like he just wants you to, like, yeah. This energy is just weird, man. This man is completely unprotected. There's nothing like this. Like, he's completely unprotected. He's coming through with his own vibrations, wavelength, and frequency in your reality, forgetting who walks with you in the spirit, forgetting how God has his covering over your life, and how no weapon formed shall prosper. Because this man is the devil. He's literally the devil. You're protected from this man. He's not protected in who he is. Hence, he's just choosing to live in this dreamy illusion, delusion energy. Knight of Cups. He's choosing to just remain in his lucidness and not taking accountability of his darkness. Hoping that, oh, whatever, I'm gonna die anyway. But then wanting it to seem like he wants, you to be his dying wish, when in all actuality, he's already seen death approaching. He just wants to take someone with him because, loneliness and misery loves company. So he wants you, your energy. He feels will feed him all he needs in his darkness that he awaits, or his death that he awaits, because it's not physical death. That's too easy. It's more like mental death where this man doesn't develop mentally and he gets stuck in this loop in his mind and never gets out of it, and it just continues to you know disintegrate his mind, his brain. It just decreases, and because he already has no heart, his heart chakra is not active. Everything is just blocked when it comes to this man. Anything of himself is not able to shine light because he's of the darkness. That's why you need to get away from this man. If you've been speaking to this man, or he hasn't shown himself in his world, or you have some form of bond history with this man, whatever your connection to this person is, understand that this is the devil. Okay, you're supposed to get away from this person. They're not good for you. They're gonna hurt you. Okay, if they haven't already. Okay, because that's just who they are, and you don't deserve this. No one deserves this. This man should just take accountability and responsibility for his decisions and choices in life, and stop putting it on another person as if that person is like responsible for them, because that's what this man wants. He wants you to be the one that he wants your name to be tied to him, so that you answer to his sins or darkness, or you take upon his own cross, or you fight his battles for him. You become his handler, or he attaches and binds and bounds himself to you in that way. A sire bond, controlling him, controlling one another. He has this fantasy world he lives in, this man. Like, he's really delusional. He's really an illusionist. He's unwell. His Casanova days are over. No more slinging stick and wand into every vessel, every body, into every spirit. No more tramping on people because you refuse to address your traumas. Like, this man, the things he's done, ways he's acted, and the things he's spoken to people and about them, like, it's things that, like, due to his own traumas, because he never went within. This man has never healed. Like, imagine being hurt over and over and over and over and over again and never like healing. That turns you into a monster. You just detach from humanity. You isolate yourself and become your own creature, but in the same earthly realm as all the others. But you just don't live like them, or you don't think like them, don't feel like them. This man is a different species. He's an animal, but he's in a human body. We have the Ten of Pentacles reversed to the Emperor reversed. Yeah, definitely a corrupted soul here, or a corrupted tyrant, a monster. Ten of Pentacles reversed, the Emperor reversed. This is definitely someone who he feels he owns the world and he can do whatever he wants. I'm channeling wealthy man energy, or he walks around as if he has this sexual aura that can make every woman do what he wants. He has his own ideologies of who he is, but that means nothing to you. And that's what bothers this man more than anything. He just wants he wants to take you under with him, because he has his own things he wants to feed using your identity. It's this chase of nothingness because he has real things to address. Like, he's running away from the real problem, which is the man in the mirror. Like, he's chasing you as if you are the problem. You're not the problem. It's him. It's who he is. And he does not want to acknowledge that because of what it comes with. Imagine doing so much in your life that you never even want to look back at it because it's so bad and so dark that you run away every single day. And however deep you have to go into the maze of you running away, or however way you choose to escape yourself. This man just chooses to escape himself. But he always catches up to who he is. Like, it always comes back to him. It's the spiral energy. It's the return of self, Saturn's return as well. It's this man's decision and choice to be who he is. And it's his own accountability and responsibility he needs to own up to. It's no one else that was doing what he was doing but himself. And this level of darkness he just wants to copy and paste on another person, it's absolutely absurd and shows how much of an insane madman he is. Looney bin. He deserves to be locked up somewhere, because this is a man who's poisonous. He has no love. Like this is just self-fulfilling. He can't produce love. He can't his heart chakra is not even active because he's never loved. Like all this man has been experiencing his whole entire life is pain. And he vowed to fulfill himself in any way that he needs to, because it was screw the world for putting me through this much pain. When instead he could have said, I need to heal because I don't deserve this pain. I didn't put myself in this situation. But he then didn't do that. Wanted the world to somehow take accountability for hurting him, as if we're all not going through what we're all going through and having to get ourselves out of it. He just took the decision and choice to look at the world and say, oh, you owe me this, you owe me this. The world doesn't owe this man anything. No matter who he is, I don't care if he has money or cars or he gets girls or clothes. Who cares about that? That won't be with you as you return to ashes. It will mean nothing. It'll be just things you bought. So to say that is to say, this man has a lot to learn in life. And it's starting him off late in life because he chose to be a Casanova. He chose to sleep around like there was no tomorrow. Imagine never being celibate for 10 years, meaning never remaining in your body for that long, always in another person's body, whoever you want, whoever you want. It's like you're living like an animal, as if there's no, consequences to your anatomy as who you are. Even animals like need to draw the line. They also get sick. They also have issues that arise if they go overboard in who they are. So this man, he's gone overboard. He's gone overboard to say the least. Cause I don't see how he thinks it's gonna work out for him here. Like so now you get sick and then you love him, and now he woos you and you bond over this trauma of being sick, and then you are his wife. Like I don't know. Because he's not even willing to heal. Because to heal, he would need to go back to decades of pain or a decade of pain, cleanse all of that. And he knows he will never come out the same way. He's not willing to let go of who he is. He's attached to his own sins, his own darkness, his own evil and wicked. He's attached to his animal, right? He walks in that vibration, frequency, and wavelength, and he feels that nothing can stop him. That's why he's pursuing you the way he is, even with who he is and what he has going on. Because he feels like, oh, you should love me with all of that. Because I'm this person, I'm that person. Like this man has a really like obscure, twisted, crooked, like he's just not well. Get away from this man. God is saying you never know what people be going through. A man portrays himself to be a specific way and pursues you. It doesn't mean it should be something you're allowed to control you, as if your identity should be validated by the man's attraction to you. No, if he's attracted to you, don't you already know you're an attractive woman? It shouldn't validate that about you. You already know that. It should just be something you take in a mature manner to say, you know what, do I want to spend my life with this person? That's a question you should ask yourself, you know? Because it's not about the sexual attraction when it wears off and you annoyed each other. It's not about the money when it means nothing anymore. You look around and it's just like whatever. What remains is that spirit, that mind, and that heart that is tied to whatever it's tied to. Let yours not be tied to pain like this man. So you don't end up doing things like this to other people, forcing them to fall sick so that you both are in a relationship and then you can bond over your sickness and be sick and produce sickness. Like And this man's trying to be like, oh, that's the thing about this man. That's why you need to like stand your guard. Because he's gonna bombard you with so much. It's almost gonna be tempting. This is Satan approaching Jesus, and you need to, stay in your body. Okay, beloved, this was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the divine. I'm grateful for your time, and I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as ancestral lineage readings. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career, and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon. If you'd rather join my Patreon instead, you can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.